All right, so this one is not going to be about sales and setters and hiring. It's going to be off the cuff, something I've been thinking about a lot, and I just want to share with you, which is the main thing I want to talk about is embracing kind of who you are and what interests you and what motivates you. So for years, probably like close to 15 years now, even more, turning 36 next year, so it's definitely been more than 15 years, like 20 years I would say. I've been kind of looking outwardly to kind of find out like what's the best strategy, what's like the secret to be more successful, right? So you study more successful people and I would adopt their kind of like advice. So if they say, hey, wake up at 4:30, that's what successful entrepreneurs do. I do that. Nothing wrong with that. It helped me get to where I needed to go, and it helped me get to where I am today. But the one thing that I've dawned on me lately is I've spent so much time and so much effort and so many years looking outwardly for what I am supposed to do, meaning like what I should do to be more successful, that a lot of the things I do today are just from what I was told to do, right? Or what I found online, or from books and from courses and from advice from people to do. And I think it's a great way to get started. But at some point, and I wish that I made this switch sooner, at some point you want to continue, once you have momentum, you want to go back and actually start looking inward for things that you're called to do, not just what you are supposed to do, what you should do. That should get you momentum to moving in the right direction. But after you have some momentum and you make some money and you're not like just trying to pay the bills, I wish that I had turned on and switched to, all right, now that I've got all of my basic needs met, right, what am I called to do? And I wish I made that switch sooner. But 2024 is going to be that year for me. Hold on, let me change my hand. Sorry, video cut off. So 2024 is going to be, what am I called to do? And then the next thing I want to talk about is embracing who you are and what you are naturally drawn to. Again, on the same line of thoughts, I was told and I was taught for years, and I really try to stick to it and practice it, that you should focus on one thing, right? The main way to be ultra successful and have everything you want in life and be happy and achieve everything is to focus on one thing, right? And there's a lot of wisdom to that. Nothing is not true about that. But in embracing who I am, 2024 is also going to be about me experimenting with a lot of different things and trying things out. I think that advice for focus, again, is great to get started. But once we have momentum and our basic needs are met, I think, right, for myself, that it makes sense to start actually trying new things and not to give up too soon, right? Because then now you're just jumping from one thing to another, but actually embracing your interest and what drives you and what interests you and what is effortless for you to do. So what does that mean for me in 2024? I'm going to be looking into buying a business. It's going to be either an agency, a software, or a service-based business. And then apply my skill set that I've learned, that one thing I focus on for years, sales and marketing, to grow it, to multiply the value of the business, and then to increase the value, right, of the business, and either have it as a cash flow mechanism, right, for me to again, pay my bills. Maybe I don't need to go to a job anymore, right? I can choose to not go to a job. And then from there, again, who knows where I'm going to go after that. But I've resisted for years to follow my curiosity. And it feels to me like a shiny object syndrome for years. But now I'm like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just that's what I'm built to do. And that's how I am wired to be. And I haven't had any, opportunity, or I haven't given myself any opportunity to explore all of those things that I might be potentially interested in. And then the last thing I want to share is, for years now, the energy and how I've been, I guess, motivating myself feels a lot like a push energy, right? Meaning it's about exerting effort to move something along. And in 2024, I want to focus on, and I'm going to embrace more of a pull energy, whereas I'm not trying to push myself to do something that I might not be wired to do. It's going to be more about how can I allow myself and give myself space and the permission and the courage to be pulled towards something that calls out to me, right? That I'm drawn to, as opposed to this like warrior mentality of like, 4 a.m. cold shower, and things like that. And so those are the 3 things I want to share today. Number 1, once we have momentum, right? Instead of looking outwards for things that we should be doing, I think that we are better off by going inwards and say, what am I called to do? What am I inspired and drawn and inspired to do? Number 2, 2024 is going to be about me buying a business and growing that business. It could be and that won't be the only thing that I do. But 2024 is going to be me allowing myself to take on multiple projects or different directions, and allow myself to go to allow more potentials, right? Pathways in my life. And number 3 is focus on the things that give yourself and give myself the courage to follow things that interest, that pull me along. So I'll leave it at that. Here's a beautiful morning walk that I'm going on. So check out this view. And this video is going to be all the way upside down. Not best practices for YouTube or content platforms, but I don't care. So see you on the next video.